Okay, so today we will be making ourselves an origami remilia from Toho project because we will need gonna need 6 pieces of paper for this, because paper, these 3 pink ones are for dress and stuff. The pinky one is necessary for skin, blue for hair, red for detail and stuff. I'm gonna flap these around a bit. This is my 3rd time trying to record the audio for this, and it was only supposed to take 1 attempt. Holy shit. Okay, so I'm just gonna flap these pieces of paper around for a bit before I jump around to my first piece of paper, which is gonna be this one. This here is your beigey, pinky, peachy one, and we're going to turn this into a balloon. Now, to make the balloon, the first thing you're gonna need to do is turn it into a Waterbomb Base, because that's always so much fun. So you're gonna start with the horizontal / vertical fold. You have your B side on top, which is a fold. You're gonna crease it as per usual. You're gonna open it up. You're gonna do it again on the other side, and then you're gonna crease again. And you're going to use a weird voice because I'm huffing and puffing and such. Open it up, and then you're gonna flip it over and do the same thing all over again, except you're gonna do diagonally. And make sure you wave your hands around like I do in this video, because that casts the magic to make the paper foldy happenable, and etc. Okay, once you've got that, you're gonna creasy do, do the creasy do, do the creasy do, do the creasy do. Then you're gonna open it up and do it again on the other side, because repetition is the best part of origami, isn't it? Okay, so now you've got this, and it's got a crease on there, you got a crease on the other side. It's time to squash fold, turn this into an actual Waterbomb Base, and ta-da! You should have this triangle of flappiness that you can flap on a bit like this. Don't you love flapping on flappy bits? Okay, so now you're gonna take the bottom corner, bring it to the top, make that sort of squarey shape, which is kind of hard to see with my very poor quality camera. You're gonna do it again on the other side. You're gonna flip it over and do it again. This is so much fun, isn't it? And then you're gonna do it again, because you can't do it enough. Okay, now you've got that, and it's a mess, and it's unfolding itself, even though it shouldn't. You're gonna take each corner from the flaps you just made, you're gonna fold them into the middle. When you do that, you'll give yourself a rupee type shape, because that is tons of fun to do, and etc, etc. Just making sure my mic is still recording. We got that going. You got that. It's great and all. You can, make it even more rupee, but camera died. Okay, so we're back, and now we gotta fold in the top bits to make this functional, like that. So you take the top corner above your flap, fold it down to meet your flap, which is very difficult to see, and you should be able to make it meet up. And this is going to be so difficult to see, because I know what I'm doing, and I know I can barely see it on the playback. Okay, come on, yeah, like that. So you've got that little flap now attached to that. You can see kind of the detail to it, and then you're gonna fold that bit into your flap that you made. You folded the middles in. You put the flap inside the flap. When you put the flap inside the flap, it should kind of lock and become sort of one piece, which is great and stuff. You're gonna do that on all 4 of the corners that you have made, and it's great and shit. And this is gonna lock in each corner for when you inflate our little balloon here, which is going to be soon. Now, this is also the hardest step. As you can see, I'm kind of making it into a giant vagina before shoving in the corner. It's great. Um, uh, this is by far the hardest single step in the entire project, because it's just lots of little detail and lots of fingering. Lots and lots of fingering, as you can see right here. Okay, that goes in there, and ta-da, ta-da. Now we want to, now we can inflate the thing, and we're gonna do this a really poor way. It's better to just blow on the end, but you can inflate it however you feel like. If you do it like this, you might do what I do and accidentally undo it, do a thing. You can see this looks kind of cool. But yeah, here we go. This mess. I'm gonna eventually uninflate this so I can draw a face on it. I believe I'm blowing on it right now. Okay. Okay. Yes. So you can see that it kind of comes out of this balloony, squirry shape. So now we're gonna, collapse it back down, and we're gonna start drawing on what's gonna be our front face. That's gonna be our front face. Now you can see there's the top triangle, bottom triangle. I'm gonna mark it out here. Yeah, you see this bottom and top triangles are actually squares. So now we're gonna draw a little face on it, a little eyeball there, and a little eyeball there. And you get a great shot of my hair from above. We're gonna give it a little face, nose, and a little smug little smile, and it gets possessed by the devil as we leave. Okay. So we're gonna put that aside and we're gonna inflate it later, because now it's time to do something else, and that something else is gonna be the bod, if I remember correctly. Now we're gonna fold. Yes, this is a fold down the middle. I'm gonna open that up. I'm gonna fold it the other way, and we're going to open that up again, and then we're going to go to our base, and our base is going to be a square base followed by a board base, because a board base needs to go to a square base first. So we're gonna basically do the same thing as we did for the Waterbomb Base up until the squash fold, except we're gonna do it on the other side of the paper. So we're just gonna reverse all the folds, so you got the B side up on all diagonals and the A side up on all Cartesians, and then we're gonna squash this into a square instead of a triangle, like so. Now from here, we're going to go into a board base, so you're gonna take the bottom corner, the one without the, that's 4 separate bits, we're gonna fold, so that becomes a single point. Single point of emptiness. We're gonna do that on all the sides, and then, yes, one more time. Then we're gonna take the top corner, the one that's in technically the center of the paper, the one that's got all the little bits. We're gonna fold it down to the middle, well, as close to the middle as we can. We're gonna use a triangle shape, and we're gonna do this awesome fold twice. Just gonna open up the bottom, take the bottom tip, flip it up over the top, and I'm gonna screw this one up a bit. I'm just gonna line it up like that. And this is going to give you your board base, which is awesome. We're gonna just fuck with this a little bit, don't worry. We're gonna take 2 of our bottom bits here, these 2, and we're just gonna pull. And that's gonna give us this kind of pyramid-y shape. And this pyramid-y shape is gonna be the basis of the rest of our little tiny loli bod here. Okay, so now we gotta put all the corners up. Put all the corners up. Yes. If I can get all the corners up, I can show you the kind of pyramid-y shape that we'll be basing the rest of this bit on. And I'm sure you can start kind of seeing it now. Yeah, like that. We're gonna pick this up and rotate it and show it to y'all. This is explodey and stuff. It's gonna take some folding to make it stay. So, yeah. Now we're gonna do our magic hands again. We're gonna restart camera, and we're gonna fold down this end to the middle, like so. And it's gonna crease through, and we're gonna Open that up. You're going to fold that down on the inside now so that it makes a little flappy do. When you do that, it's going to look a little cool. It's going to be a little flat. Then we get to do it again on the other side. So take the top down, bring it down to the middle, crease it, and then open it up, shovel down, fold it in. And that gives you this cool little shapy hue again, and that gives us a little bit closer to what we want to get to. So now we're going to have to fold down the middle on both the other sides, but we're not going to fold it into the existing flaps, because this is going to be all a locking mechanism, so it doesn't unfold itself. So once we get these two folds done, we can lift everything up and slide our flaps into the little holes that we've made on the other two, like that. You notice that it actually stays if you don't bump it around too much. Now if you stabilize it from both sides, make sure to crease that hard, because it's elastic and doesn't like staying in this position. Do it on both sides. It'll take a little bit of time, but in the end it is going to be worth it, because this is going to be a little pyramid-y thing with an open top. It's like the perfect size to put an inflated head in. Yes, your head is inflated. Look, it looks wonderful. It's a square with a square inside. Okay, we're going to put that off to the side. We're going to do some magic. We're going to, flip that around. We're going to slap the table a bit. We're going to put that to the side again. We're going to restart with an inflated head. We're just going to plop it on top. We're going to flip it around to kind of show you. Yes, okay. That's now a head on top of a bod. And now we've got a little bit more stuff to work with. We're going to do heel next. And our heel, we only need half a sheet of paper for. So we're going to start by creasing it and recreasing it and doing the folders cut. How you do a cut without using scissors. And this is honestly, I'm just too lazy to go grab a pair of scissors, so you use scissors, do better. But you fold, you refold, you weaken the crease a lot. Doing this, I believe I didn't do it enough this time, but yeah, like that. If you do it enough, you should just be able to do like that, but as you can see here, I kind of didn't do it enough, and you can see the good clean cut, but again, I didn't do it enough, so you see the actual tearing there. This is why you should use scissors more often. A little bit more creasing, starting again from the other side again, and then you can see it's a nice clean rip down the middle this time until we get to so it's getting weak, but yeah, we're gonna clean off that mess a bit, and then we're gonna fold it in half so we have a double-sided half-size, well, quarter-size square, half on both dimensions, and that's gonna be the basis of our heel. So we're gonna need to take our inflated head, put it on bottom like that. I have it not slightly disaligned so I can change the length in the front. We're going to mark out where we need our head to be. And then once we've got that, we can start folding stuff in. So we crease it onto the marks we made so that we can hierify. And when we hierify, we're going to need to have this in. Now we take each end that we fold in, and you make sure you crease it all. We're going to take each corner and fold that, like so. It's going to be, depending on how you do this, this is going to be either really easy or really weird, really awkward, because if you do like I did and have not exact square-isms so that you can get more flowy of the hair, so it's shorter in the front and longer in the back, it's going to be a bit of a mess. So that's going to be the basis, but we need it to be a little bit flatter. So figure out where your front is, and you're going to want to fold the back bits in and your front bits in, and you're going to just want to tighten that up a bit. so that it fits smugly on top of your smug. And then when you've got that, it's time to move on to the next step, which is going to be hat. Because, without a hat, your loli will die. And we've got a loli, we just need a hat. Okay. Now, when we do a hat, we are going to start with the 4 corners, and we're going to go into a screw base, which, if you remember, is how we start the lotus. If you watched that video, which I doubt you did. Okay, when you crease here, you're going to crease in all 4 corners. And this is also going to be a very similar build to the lotus, only we're going to be flipping it around a bit more. So once you get all them corners folded into the middle, you can flip over the piece of paper, and you can take the corners in to the middle, and you can crease them. And when you crease them, we can, get a bit more of a shape that we're expecting. Now, we ain't done yet. We ain't not done yet. Once we've got those 4, we're going to flip it over and do the same thing again. If you are having flashbacks to December of 2 years ago, you should be. We're going to pull this all into one little packet, and we're going to do the same thing as we did with the lotus, only we're going to be having this be on the side with the 4 top bits. So yeah, we flip it over, and we unfold the top bits. Well, we can unfold the little triangles here a bit, but we're going to need to come back to that because we're just about to squish them back down. When we flip it over, take the corner bits and put them up. And this is what's going to be our hat. Now when we floof up the top, it looks like a little bounce. And we can see that it fits perfectly on top of our head, but our hair has to fit between the head and the hair. Hat and the head. And I can't speak. That's kind of normal procedure. So if we put that on top, and then we put the hair off to the side, and can fit hat on top of hair, and we've got ourselves a little Remy. And it's a little cute Yukari Remy. Take it easy. And we just flop that all there. And then we camera flash ourselves back down. So now we're going to make a base for our loli to stand on, or the bottom of the skull, however you want to say it. We're going to start by going into another Waterbomb Base. Wow, I'm getting good with this terminology, aren't I? I'm going to fold that back down. And this is going to be a little bit of a mess, because this is the most loose bit that we have in the entire project. So we fold down the ends again. We do our fancy, smanchy, corner fold. And then, yeah, we flap our hands around, cast magic. Yes, I'm a wizard, don't worry about it. We're going to open this up. We're going to fold that down. We're going to fold and crease and do weird voices, and then we're going to turn this into a Waterbomb Base. From here, we take the top of a Waterbomb Base, we take our top bit, we flap it down to the bottom, just crease that, and then we can open this up all the bloody way. Now, we're going to take the corners and put them into the corners of our crease. And this is going to give us a kind of neat shape, which is going to be the basis of what we turn into our box, which is going to be the final step of this. So now we fold those. You can see how they look. You're going to want to make sure they're creased down the middle in both directions, because we're going to be taking these rounded corners and folding them in and creasing them like that. And we're going to leave them open like that, so that we can have it look a little bit more floofy. And we're going to do that on all 4 corners, so that it's inside a little bit. This is our floofification of our bottom skull. And it's going to be the worst looking part of this thing, but it works, so I'm not going to complain. Once we've got that, and it's nice and thinged down, we want to flatten out the middle square a bit, and make sure everything's, you know, sitting nice and pretty. And we can just throw the rest of our remi on top. And when we throw the rest of our remi on top, it's gonna lollify. Look, we've got a loli. Oh no, Lolly lost her hat, now she's gonna die. Okay. So here we have our 3 bits. You can see that I cut up the existing paper and got some adhesive. So in order to we're gonna be using this to make a bunch of ribbons. A big one in the back, one small one for the bottom of the skirt, we're gonna be taking our little thing, folding it in half, and we're gonna be taking it and doing little pleating folds. We're gonna pleat this. You're not gonna deplete it, you're just gonna pleat it as tight as you want. So you fold a small fold, flip it over, and you do the same small fold again, and you just repeat this ad nauseum until you get to the end of your little shit of paper. Little shit of paper, little piece of paper. And as you can see, it's gonna take a little while. It's a lot of little folds. It's not difficult, but it's a little time consuming. When you get down to the end, like that, you can see that that's like a rod. You're gonna take 2 little bits on it. You can choose where. You're gonna fold them in like so to make a little knot of a ribbon. And we did a little too big, so we're gonna do a smaller one here. And then you're gonna, from here, you're gonna take a little bit of tape, whatever you're using to stick it together. You're gonna hold it together like that so it doesn't bounce around, which is, the detailing is the only part where I decided to use tape. You're gonna take each end and squish it so you get a little bit more of a ribbon shape, which is great. You ribbonize this. It's gonna look kind of cool, and now you've got a little ribbon you can put anywhere on your doll, like on here or there, and I got no clue where. Okay, so this is also gonna need to be taped on later, and I'm gonna fix that spaghetti. Okay, so now we take our other sheet of paper, and we do the same thing, sort of. There's gonna be less folding to this one, because it's gonna be less frilly. And you're gonna also start at about the same thing. Yeah, so you take your thing, you fold it, you crease it, you take the flap up, you fold and you crease and repeat. Except you're gonna see that I'm only doing a handful here. There's also gonna be a bigger knot in the middle. So you take that, you flare it up a bit, you flare up the other side a bit. And this should be just around the right size to fit on the back of your doll. So now you take your tape and you fix it. And I'm gonna go off screen and just fix everything. Yeah, here you can see the finished project. You can see it's a nice cute little lolly with a nice little hat. I might have got a little ham on the heel. And yeah, here is your Remy. Final product looks like a cute little lolly. Yes, so cute. Yeah. Die. You shall die.